You are listening to Penne Pyro, Book 2 of the Jade Sommer Series, written by Nicolette Pierce. Copyright 2021. Audio copyright 2025 by Pierced Heart Publishing. Digitally narrated with full cast of voices. Chapter 25. I wasn't going to say no to a ride home, even if the driver was currently scowling at me. "I'm just wrapping things up here," I said to Logan. "Give me a couple of minutes." Logan nodded and followed me to the office where he leaned against the door frame as I sat in the chair. "Are you going to stare at the back of my head while I work?" I asked. "It'll take me longer if you do." He shoved away from the door and sat on the edge of my desk.
Better?
Not really. He was now crowding my space and his nearness was distracting. He reached over and took the cup filled with paper clips. By the time I was done counting cash, he had linked all the paper clips together. "You know Ross hates that," I said. Logan grinned.
Why do you think I'm doing it?
"He'll blame me." Logan's grin grew. I swatted at him. He laughed and ducked away from my hand. But the office wasn't big, so I did get a good swipe at his arm.
Is this how you treat your ride home?
He asked with a smile. "Yes, because I'm going to have to hear about Ross's precious paper clips when he comes to work on Tuesday."
Want me to unlink them?
"No, keep them like that." He smiled again as he took the long stretch of clips and dumped them back into the cup.
Are there any leftovers?
"Hungry?" He nodded.
I was hoping to grab something to eat with Avery.
"Well, I'm not Avery, but I'm hungry too. Want to make something while I finish?" He pushed off the desk and stood.
I'm sure I can find something to make.
"Just not pizza. I smell like pepperoni and I'm overdone on everything pizza,"
I thought you smelled good.
he said, teasing. He headed out to the kitchen. Moments later, I heard the clank of a pot being set on the cooktop. Just like I had worked nearly every job at this restaurant, so had Logan. The only difference, he learned to cook, whereas I charred everything. I wondered what he would come up with for dinner. My taste buds were already activated. I hurried through the rest of the closing and filed everything away. By the time I was done, Logan had spaghetti boiling, vegetables sautéing, and there was an aroma of meat that wasn't pepperoni. "Smells good," I said.
Perfect, because I'm not exactly sure what I'm making.
"Whatever it is, Aunt Dot might actually approve."
Don't let her hear you say that. I've arrested people who scare me less than Dot.
"Which is why I have to be sneaky when I sabotage her." He glanced at me.
Sabotage?
I nodded. When Avery visited here years ago, Aunt Dot had made a fusion dish. The only reason Aunt Dot did that was because the Lee's refrigerator broke down, so she was helping to use their food before it spoiled. I think maybe swapping out some of her usual ingredients at the last minute might spark some of her creativity again.
Or she'll kill you.
"It's a possibility. Remember that if I go missing." He smiled.
Let me know what day you plan your sabotage. I want to try it. And then if she tries to kill you, I'll be here.
"Deal." I leaned against the prep table as I watched him cook. "You look very domestic like this."
As opposed to what? Living like an animal?
"I saw the way you and Ross used to live in college."
I guess compared to that, anything would look domestic. But after a while of living like an animal, you learn that it's nice to have clean laundry you can find without having to dig for it. And that when you pick up the remote, you don't have to brush off chunks of food.
Gross.
Exactly. Grab plates.
"Do you want to eat in the kitchen or the dining room?"
Dining room.
I headed to the dishes and brought him 2 plates. I then walked into the dining room. Flipping on the lights, I chose the table closest to the kitchen to set with silverware and napkins. When I returned to the kitchen, I asked, "Do you want water or something else?"
Water is fine.
By the time I had the water on the table, he had dinner plated and joined me. He set a plate down in front of me and then took a seat. You know, anytime you show up after a shift, I'm going to twist your arm to cook for me, I said.
You don't have to twist that hard, especially when I'm hungry. I haven't even tasted this yet, and I already know it's much better than the food at the Rusty Screw.
Can't argue with that. Conversation halted as we both dug into the meal, which was definitely better than anything from the Rusty Screw. A few minutes later, Logan paused, his fork halfway to his mouth.
Did you hear something?
No. He put his fork down and listened. After a moment of not hearing anything, he began to eat again, and then stopped.
There. Did you hear that?
Nothing. He scooted back from the table and silently walked to the kitchen door. Gently pushing the door open a couple of inches, he peeked into the kitchen.
Stay here.
Is there someone in there? He withdrew a gun from a holster under his shirt and pointed it in front of him as he nudged the door open wider.
Hands where I can see them.
Something metal clattered. Someone was in the kitchen? My mind went straight to the Penne Pyro. What was I supposed to do? Go after Logan? Unarmed? I scanned the dining room to find a weapon. Snatching the knife from my plate, I hurried over to the door.
Hands up!
Logan ordered again. Just as I was about to push the door open, something crashed into it. Logan cursed. Shoving open the door, I saw a man dressed in all black, running to the exit. His face was covered with a ski mask. Logan chased him out the door. Fumes caught me at the back of the throat. I glanced down at my feet to find puddles of gasoline. A handful of uncooked penne pasta was piled on the prep table. It was the Penne Pyro, and Logan was chasing him. I dashed out the back after Logan. I couldn't see him in the dark, but after a moment I heard footsteps. My hand strangled the knife as I waited for the person to appear in front of me.
I told you to stay in the dining room.
Logan snapped as he returned, gun holstered. I let out a breath. That was the Penne Pyro, wasn't it? He shooed me inside and then inspected the deadbolt.
And he obviously knows how to pick locks. There was no forced entry.
He closed the door and locked it, but that hardly seemed necessary with the Penne Pyro out there. I can't believe he came here, I said. I mean, I knew it was a risk with him still at large, but we had received a decent review from Gershwin.
That guy's build was definitely not the same as Gershwin's. He was fast. I barely got out the door and he was gone.
Do you think he'll come back?
I don't know. But I'm going to phone this in right now. We'll get eyes on the restaurant in case he does return. Are you okay for a few minutes while I make the call?
I'm fine. I should ask you if you're okay, I said as I picked up a pot from the floor. Did he throw this at you?
Yes. It only grazed my side.
Let me see.
I'm fine.
Let me see, I insisted. He lifted the side of his shirt to reveal a red circle the size of a basketball. It was already turning purplish. So, you're fine? I questioned as I touched the bruised skin. He winced and pulled away.
Nothing is broken.
He dropped his shirt and took out his phone. As he talked with his station, I went to get the mop and bucket to clean the fuel before I passed out from the fumes. For a moment, I wondered if the police would want to take samples of the gasoline, but then I saw a gas can sitting on the floor. Maybe that would be enough. I caught Logan's attention and pointed to the mop to get his okay. He nodded. By the time I was on my third pass with the mop, Logan disconnected.
They're putting surveillance on the building tonight. But I have a feeling the guy won't return tonight anyway.
But he might in the future?
I'm not sure what to expect. Until he's caught, I'm going to hang out with whoever closes at night. I don't want anyone in here alone if that guy makes an appearance again.
It made me wonder what would have happened if I had been here alone.
Are you okay?
Just a little freaked out. If you hadn't been here, I might have been alone when he showed up. Sometimes I had been annoyed with Logan for being overprotective, but now I was thankful for it. I wasn't sure if it was from the lingering fumes or because of the excitement of the night, but my legs were gooey. I held onto the mop like a walking stick.
You're not okay.
I'm fine. He looked into my eyes. Not the sexy kind of look, but the doctorish type.
Are you cold?
Was I? He touched my hand for a moment.
Come sit down. You might be in shock.
I'm not in shock.
Your breath is shallow, your hands are cold, and you're clutching that mop like it's the only thing holding you up.
Maybe I just like this mop.
Stop being difficult.
He pulled the mop away and hugged me to him, rubbing my back with his hands. If all I had to do was be in shock to get this kind of attention, I might have tried it sooner.
Warmer?
Okay, so it was a functional hug, but I still curled into him, absorbing his warmth. An involuntary shiver escaped. He tucked me into him, cocooning me into his arms. This was heaven. Forget the spa day with Mila. If I could just stay like this for a few minutes, I'd be good. But I knew it couldn't last. I attempted to back away, but Logan held on. I'm fine, I said.
You're shivering.
Barely.
Stop being stubborn. I'm trying to help.
And if Avery walked in here right now, you'd be a dead man.
She'd understand.
I pushed away. No, she wouldn't. I'm not going through that again, Logan. I can't do that to you. So if I die by shivers, so be it. He eyed me.
Why do you care what happens to me and Avery?
Shouldn't I care?
I don't know.
He took a breath.
When it comes to you, I don't know.
What does that mean?
It means you confuse the hell out of me.
Right back at you.
Jade, be honest. If I wasn't with Avery...
His phone rang, jarring both of us. He cursed as he pulled out his phone and answered it. A moment later, he headed to the back door to open it. I watched as police entered the kitchen. He spoke to one of the officers for a few moments and then walked back to me.
They're going to be here for a little while. I'll take you home and then close up when they're done.
I can stay.
We'll only be in their way.
He led me through the team of officers and out to the alley where his SUV was parked. I sat on the passenger side and stayed silent as he got in and started the car. When he pulled out onto the street, he said something about police procedures, but I wasn't listening. I was too busy wondering what he had been about to ask me. If he wasn't with Avery. What? What was he going to say? It wasn't until he pulled over in front of my building that he looked over at me.
You've been quiet. Are you okay?
No. What were you going to ask me? He paused a moment.
When?
Before you got the call. You said, if I wasn't with Avery. You can't start a question like that and not finish it.
Oh, it was nothing.
And you can't say it was nothing either. He sighed.
I was hoping you'd let it go.
We both know that won't happen.
Fine. I was just wondering if you would have pulled away from me if I wasn't with Avery. I was only trying to keep you warm.
Only. I hated that word. It hid things. Feelings. I opened the door and stepped out. Thank you for fending off the arsonist tonight.
Wait, you didn't answer.
And I'm not going to. Have a good night.
Jade.
I closed the door. Logan and I had talked enough for one night. Heading into the building and up the stairs, I shook off the last sensations of Logan's arms around me. All I needed was a hot shower, pajamas, and wine. Life would be okay.